I thought the guys played really, really hard. My players played really, really hard tonight. And, you know, we've got one big guy, they've got three. So the focus was, as other teams have had, they're pretty slow, the three big guys. They're very slow. So, you know, for us it was to try and take advantage of that, and we did. We got a lot of fast break points compared to them. It shows 15-2, but we would have had more than that because normally that's in layups rather than threes. So it made it very difficult as well. We're trying to play defense, and we have quite a few fouls called on us. Now, obviously it's difficult to argue about sometimes the fouls that are called on you, but it's the ones that aren't called against you. So I got no doubt. I'm going to ask my coaches to pull out the video, and we have to send it to the league to show some of the things that were happening on moving screens, and various different things that were happening out there where guys were getting pushed with two hands on rebounds or screens, and so there's no point me going on and on and on about it. But what I look at is the free throw count. All right, so it's 34-10. So, you know, it's not necessarily sometimes the fouls that are called on you, it's the ones you think you should get at the other end. So that makes it difficult to win the game when the foul, when the foul shooting, when a team gets 34 free throws to 10, that's a big advantage, okay? Now, whose fault is that? Part of that's our fault? Is it somebody else's fault? I don't know. But obviously I saw some things out there, and it's difficult to bring it to people's attention during the game, but hopefully it's a lesson for everybody. So we go down by a few points, and as I said, it's very difficult with Kupsis out of the game. They've got three big guys running up and down, we got one. So we're a bit more like us and the DA, we're a bit more athletic running team. So, today, obviously, with the way things went, with 34 free throws to 10, that's suited them, okay? So they had a big advantage in going to the free throw line. And I think that's pretty much the game. If we shoot better, like the other thing that concerns me is a little bit, 48 three-pointers is a lot of three-pointers, it's too many. It's too many. So, but that comes into play because of Kupsis, having to sit in foul trouble for us. So it probably makes us more perimeter oriented in that respect. So it's fairly logical from that point of view. I mean, our defense on the perimeter was pretty good. When you look at their shooting percentage from the three-point line, it's 23%. But you look at their big guys, like if you get these fouls going to be called against them, they go to the free throw line, and they get to the free throw line.
OK， 那其实教练对于今天大家都是打得很认真啊，我们的球队每一个球员都打得很认真。那如果仔细去看的话，我们是一个大个，然后他们有3个大个。那其实教练从头到尾都跟我们讲，他们3个大个就是速度比较慢，所以我们一定要想办法快攻，我们一定要把我们速度打出来。那我们今天其实也有做到了。那其实最主要就是犯规的部分啊，教练今天讲到犯规部分，但是其实教练很想要跟大家讲的是，不是犯规被吹的那一些犯规，而是明明就有被犯规，但是没有吹到。那这一些这对于我们来讲，其实杀伤力蛮大的。那尤其是有一些移动的挡拆，对，然后不符合逻辑的挡拆，然后有一些在防守，我们在抢篮板的时候，2只手去推我们，尤其是推我们的本土啊，推我们的人这样子，对。那这一些他会由我们的对我们的团队可能再把它剪出来，然后希望可以给联盟看一下，对。那如果你再仔细看的话，34颗罚球，连赢34颗罚球，我们10个罚球，这个真的还蛮不符合逻辑的啦。对，那其实教练就是从头到尾就觉得说，你看了我们今天投了我们投了48颗3分球，对，那这个很主要的原因就是因为K 遇到犯规麻烦嘛。那 K 如果他要坐下来的话，我们就比较难送进去游戏区里面，对，那就没有办法有机会得分。所以如果去看我们48颗的3分球，教练通常来讲觉得不应该射那么多，但是因为犯规的麻烦，所以这算是蛮合理的。那如果你再仔细去看的话，我们的 我们的防守去守得很好，因为对方也只有23%的三分球的命中率。对，那最主要就是罚球，看我们大个上罚球的次数，对，然后再加上我们这边，所以对啊，这其实看这个 box score 就可以看得出来今天这场比赛的重点。
好，那这边请龙猫，因为刚刚教练有讲到这个库萨斯就是身背犯规麻烦嘛，那你也是第一次遇到3塔这样的情况，谈一下下一场再哥他们大概会怎么样去调整跟修正？
其实今天这一场，实话说，大家执行教练的战术战略，其实我觉得执行的非常好。你说不可能每次执行的好，然后你就会赢球。那其实我们今天表现，我觉得大家都做得非常的好了。那当然有些小细节，那其实我觉得教练其实今天的战术其实是战略策略都是成功的。对于3塔，其实有制造他们17次的失误，其实对一支球队来说算是蛮多的。所以其实今天的战术策略其实蛮好的。那当然。针对说他们3个大只的碰上我们没有办法，我们只有库萨斯一个人的情况下，很多时候我就是被占便宜那个点，那我也只能说想办法尽我的全力把它能推到越外越好，那就是只能尽我的全力能做自己能做的事情，对啊。那我觉得其实今天的比赛其实大家真的是做得蛮好的了，对啊。那我们就回去修正一些问题。那我是不去讨论说到底为什么是34颗罚球跟10颗罚球的问题，对，那我只会针对今天我们篮板输了21颗，那这就是很多还可以再进步变得更好的地方。然后像3分球，其实48次的出手在一场比赛是太多了，对，代表说我们球流动并没有往 inside out 的问题，我们都是在外面导传来做出手，所以其实应该要在更多的导传让球进到禁区，然后再出来，会伸缩他们的防守，会比较。可以有更大的空档或更好的机会，所以其实这是我们很多，还在从数据上来说，我们有很多可以修正的地方。那下一次我们一定要想办法赢回来。
好，谢谢龙猫。子轩这边，那也聊一下，因为你今天替补上场的时候，其实都替球队就1分捐蛮多，然后第3节赢对了8分嘛，看一下今天的比赛跟自己的表现。
一开始前面嘛，我就只想着切入嘛，然后里面记得有2只大只的嘛，然后最后下来之后，教练跟我讲说。就是投嘛，不然就是中距嘛。所以下一次我上来的时候，当然就是可以帮助对吧，投篮嘛、防守那些的。
好，谢谢子轩。没有问题的吗？
站了。
有吗？有，来。
就是今天其实龙猫跟 Jason 其实都打了蛮长时间，那我们这周末其实在比赛，那明天其实特工的我们都知道他们对于我们的后卫其实压迫蛮重，那明天会在调度上面做出一些调整嘛，让 Jason 获得一些喘息期。
You just talk about Jason and me was playing a big minute today. So what do you think? What's the strategy for tomorrow? That when DEA was pressuring us pretty hard. So how do you kind of substitution the Jason and me about the
It's very difficult to substitute Jason, right? He's our best point guard, our smartest point guard. It's very so when I substitute him, I can go big, okay, but we lose leadership. Here's personal experience. In Australia, I played 48 minutes point guard. I pick up the import every game. This is me, every game. So this is in the 80s, doesn't matter. But I played 45 to 48 back-to-back games. And in Australia, when you play 2 games, you usually travel on an aeroplane for 2 to 5 hours. So that's about not being able to back up. It's mental. Right, that's just what people say and say, oh, he played big minutes. Well, he's capable of playing big minutes. Right? He's conditioned to play big minutes. Right? He's got an engine on him. So you're right. You're right, the DA is going to pressure him, so we have to alleviate some pressure for him, and that'll be strategy. But as far as playing back-to-back games, if I asked him to play 2 48-minute games, he could play 2 48-minute games. And yes, it would be great if I could rest him. It could be great if I could give him more rest. All right? But when I do that, then I have to go with 2 bigs and no point guard. So right now, I'm asking Cooper to play point guard at times. I'm asking Allen to play point guard. they're really, but they're actually doing a pretty good job, right? But I don't need someone to play 15, 20 minutes in the point guard unless they were really, really good, all right? So Jason will play big minutes tomorrow night, and that shouldn't be a problem, shouldn't be an issue. Right now, we've put recovery in mode. All right, so straight after the game, these guys, my experience, again, I know when I got here, players didn't do it, but we're doing it. We have ice bath, we have leg massage, all right, and we make sure the players eat properly so we can play back-to-back games. So we're not going to use that as an excuse, no way, all right? So in the NBA, sometimes you play 4 games in 5 days. Come on, 2 games in 2 days. We're not going to use it. Sure, it can be fatiguing sometimes, but you have to find the physical and mental toughness to do it. And I'm not asking the players to do anything that I knew I couldn't do myself. If I never played, I'd be guessing, but I know it can be done because I played. And many times we won the second game. You know, players play big minutes. But that's the challenge. These are the challenges. So, but I go back and I look at this. When you look at this and reflect on it, it was a fairly close game. So you haven't done a lot wrong. So I just know these little periods where our defensive transition wasn't what we're supposed to do. Well, Kevin knows that. Coops knows that. And that little period in the first half, we probably could have been 12 up if that was okay. In the second half, we fixed that, right? And our defense was still pretty good. Offensively, we had a cold spell against the zone. That happens, okay? It happens. But what I'm proud of my guys, we've always played hard. And I know where you're going. I know where you're coming from because it's Jason for the back-to-back games, but it's not an excuse. Jason's got an engine on him. He played back-to-back games last year. So if I need him to play big minutes tomorrow, if there's a situation where I think that we can rest him and it's not going to impact on us, you know, our momentum and our control under a few minutes tonight, we got him out. Like when I did get him out within 90 seconds, it was a 6-point -6 when he was out of the court, off the court. So that's up to the other guys. This is a learning for him. He's only a kid. I'm asking a lot of him right now. He wasn't playing hard in the first few games. He's going like this. By the end of the year, he's going to keep going. Right? So he's doing a good job. So he's learning about playing a little bit more as a point. And Alan, you know, he's played a lot of points. So I have to ask them to swing and play some minutes at the point, obviously, to do what you say if I can give Jason a rest. And then the other thing is I got 2 bigs. Sometimes I go 2 bigs. Right now we're in a transition period where if I go to 2 bigs, a lot of times Kevin's off the court. And Kevin's one of our smartest players, and toughest players. So if I was to take Jason and Kevin off, I think that can be a big problem for us. So usually you'll find I'll leave Kevin on the court, you know, because he's like a point guard as well. Like he's got a point guard's mind. So that's a bit of a dilemma for us at the moment. But we're working through it. But you know, you can probably get upset. I'm more concerned about my guys playing hard and not getting rewarded. I think we became shy to drive. I think we put up a lot of threes because when we were driving, players were saying they got hit, but nothing was happening. And when you look at, you know, I don't want to make excuses again, but 34 free throws is good for them. 10 is not so good for us. So, you know, we just have to make it a little bit of adjustment there as well. That's a lot, isn't it? Okay. But we're definitely not using the back-to-back thing as an excuse.
好，那其实这问题就是很简单的，教练就是说，其实我们不会有任何的借口啊，对我们面对每场比赛都是一样的。那其实教练以前年轻的时候有打过比赛，所以他也很有经验，他不会要求我们的球员做不到他以前做不到的事情。所以他自己是球员，他知道说他可以有办法打45分钟到48分钟，那Jason一定做得到。对，所以明天确实对第一页会是一个很好的挑战，但是他也相信我们的球员每一天的训练，从球季一开始到现在，他们都已经体能都已经达到最好的巅峰了，不管是面临什么挑战，他们都 OK。对，所以如果要Jason打48分钟2场，他觉得是没有问题的。那现在最主要的问题就是我们的后卫，对，那现在我们有阿雅跟子轩这边， 他们其实都有分配到，他们都有担当后卫的部分，而且都做得还不错。对，那当然就是要看他们在场上有没有办法，就是可以拿到可以分配到15到20分钟的这个角色去帮 Jason 去做分担。对，那其实最主要的真的就是我们看我们是怎么样去做准备的。教练觉得他很希望我们的球员在场上建立的时候是可以得到一个正向的回馈的。所以如果你今天真的去看的话，我们的球员其实在场上也都一直回头跟教练讲说为什么没有被吹，对，为什么会有这些问题。然后我们其实大家在板凳上，我们也都很想知道到底发生了什么事情。对啊，那其实这边教练就是说没有借口啦，对，我们每一场球都是这样打，对，那我们也会做好其他的准备，对，那其实教练也有说啊，如果当 Jason 没有在场上的时候，我们就会有2个大个在场上嘛，对，那2个大个通常Kevin 就会下来，那其实这个对我们球队来讲 ，Kevin 算是一个还蛮重要的一个领导者，对，如果 Jason 是我们的领导后卫，然后他下来，然后 Kevin 又下来的话，其实这不好打。所以其实教练都还是很希望2个大上去没有多久 Kevin 就回来了，对，所以我们还是要有一个领导者在场上，不管是 Jason 还是 Kevin， 对，所以对啊，到头来其实今天大家都打得很认真啊，对。
Can I just say he called it, right? He called it. Yeah. Jason gets a lot of attention. He got 3 free throws. I've been telling him to throw his head back like number 3. Maybe he'll get more free throws. But he doesn't. He's not a flopper.
Yeah.
All right? So tomorrow, we've got footage. We know what to expect from DA. He's going to get fouled a lot. He will get fouled a lot. Hopefully, he will get to the free throw line more. We'll see. We'll see. But I've tried to tell him to show the referee when he's being fouled, but he says, Coach, I don't flop. So, but maybe I said to him, you don't have to flop to a point where you take it out of play. Just throw your head back to show you're being hit. But he doesn't do that. So, and that's what you look at. You look at, I think there were some instances. Even I think of Allen on a breakaway. I thought it would, Anyway, I'll be here all night. So, but we're not going to make any excuses, right? We prepared for back-to-back games. Can I just say, this week we prepared for back-to-back games. So with the way we train. So, and we know, we got DA pretty good here last time. So we're planning on getting them again, even though we play back-to-back.
好，那其实如果看一下我们今天的 box score， 你可以仔细看到 Jason。其实大家都很想知道 Jason 的状况的，然后大家其实也蛮注意 Jason 的表现。但是如果你仔细看 Jason 上罚球线的次数的话，对，跟古毛比起来，其实真的是，对啊，差很多。而且教练也有跟 Jason 讲说，因为古毛只要被碰到的时候，他就会做一些一些动作嘛，一些比较放大性的动作。那 Jason 就跟他讲，这就不是我的球路，对吧？然后教练也跟他讲说，你不用说做的很大，但是你一定要让裁判有看到说对方对你做什么。他就跟教练讲说，没有，我打法真的就是 Jason 的打法，没有其他的打法，对，所以他也不会做这些动作去刻意去得到裁判的一些关注啊。对，那其实除了 Jason 以外，阿雅那个上篮，对啊，那个上篮其实也是蛮关键的，对啊，明明就对，他就觉得说为什么会没有？对，那其实我们这个礼拜都准备好就是 back to back 的比赛，对，所以上一次我们在这边大胜中信嘛，对，我们明天对一定也要把它拿下来，对。
谢谢。
谢谢。